Why is it essential to preserve historical buildings, and what role do they play in our communities? Let's delve into the significance of such buildings and the rich tapestry they weave within our societies. Historical buildings are like time capsules, preserving stories of the past within their walls and enabling us to delve into the depths of our heritage and history. They are the physical embodiment of our collective memory, reminding us of how far we've come as a society and the lessons we've learned along the way. These buildings often hold architectural value, showcasing the evolution of design and building techniques. Each brick, each pillar, and every arch is a testament to the craftsmanship of the era, the aesthetic sensibilities of the time, and the vision of the architects who designed them. These structures are the tangible evidence of our artistic and technical prowess, and they continue to inspire and influence contemporary architecture. Beyond their architectural merit, historical buildings often hold deep cultural and educational significance. They serve as tangible links to significant events and eras, providing context that textbooks often can't deliver. They become living museums, offering an immersive learning experience that helps us better understand our past. Take, for example, the case of New Kent's 1930s historic school. This isn't just any old building. It's a significant landmark linked to the landmark desegregation case of Green v. County School Board of New Kent in 1968. This building stands as a poignant reminder of a time when the fight for equal rights was fought not just in courts but in classrooms. Historical buildings like the New Kent's 1930s Historic School not only remind us of our past but also serve as community landmarks. They anchor us, giving us a sense of place, and can even become focal points for community interactions, fostering a sense of unity and shared identity. In the case of New Kent's Historic School, its proposed conversion into a community center and library would enhance its role as a community hub, while preserving its historical significance. Historical buildings like the New Kent's 1930s Historic School not only remind us of our past, but also serve as community landmarks. They are more than just structures. They are symbols of our shared history, culture, and collective memory. Now let's delve into the details of the renovation project of the New Kent's 1930s Historic School. The renovation project of this iconic structure was a grand endeavor. The original plans were to transform this historic school into a versatile community hub, complete with community classrooms, a dedicated library, and even a performing arts component. Envisioned as a space for learning, creativity, and community engagement, the project was a testament to the value placed on preserving history while fostering community development. However, the ambitious nature of the project came with its own set of challenges. The estimated cost of the design was a staggering $13 million, a figure that dwarfed the $7 million the county had borrowed for the renovation. The financial burden was palpable, and the disparity between the borrowed amount and the total cost of the project was a significant hurdle. Moreover, the cost wasn't the only issue at hand. The plan to convert the school into a community center and library was met with concerns over its feasibility. The Board of Supervisors was left contemplating whether the space could be repurposed to meet the county government's needs instead. The decision to rethink the original plans was not taken lightly, but the financial implications left the authorities with little choice. And so, despite the initial enthusiasm and the grand plans, the project hit a major roadblock. The high costs associated with the renovation and the growing concerns over the project's feasibility led to the inevitable. The project, as ambitious and promising as it was deemed over budget and has been put on hold. Despite the initial enthusiasm, the project was deemed over budget and has been put on hold. So, what are the potential alternatives for this historical building? This question is at the forefront of the conversation in New Kent. The Board of Supervisors is considering a different route, one that repurposes the space to meet county government needs. In this scenario, the 1930s Historic School would transition from a proposed community hub to a government facility, a pivot that could potentially meet practical needs while preserving the building's historical integrity. This isn't the only alternative on the table. Another proposal under review is the creation of a community center at Warani. This separate project could serve as a viable solution to the pressing issue of a real estate tax hike. By redirecting funds to construct a community center at Warani, the county could potentially alleviate the financial burden that comes with the renovation of the historic school. In essence, this option presents an alternative way to provide community spaces without the hefty price tag of the historic school's renovation. The county had initially borrowed $7 million for the renovation, but the design for the community center alone was priced at a whopping $13 million. The significant disparity between the borrowed amount and the actual costs posed a significant challenge, leading to the reconsideration of the project's feasibility. However, it's crucial to remember that these are potential alternatives. They represent possibilities, not certainties. The decision-making process is complex and involves numerous considerations, including the building's historical importance, community needs, and financial implications. It's a balancing act, a negotiation between preserving the past and meeting the needs of the present. The fate of the New Kent's 1930s historic school remains uncertain as county officials weigh the options. What is certain, however, is that the outcome will significantly impact the community and the preservation of New Kent's history. As we move forward, it's vital to continue the conversation, exploring all possible avenues to ensure the best outcome for all involved. How does this decision impact the local community? Let's dive into the heart of the matter. This isn't just about bricks and mortar, or even the historic significance of the school. It's about the people who live in New Kent, particularly those in the eastern end of the county. For these residents, the renovation of the historic school was seen as more than just a project. It was a beacon of hope, a prospect of having a community centre close to home, a place where they could gather, learn, and foster social connections. It was also a symbol of progress, with the school set to house community classrooms, a library, and even a performing arts component. The absence of a voting precinct in this part of the county further amplifies the need for a community centre. The school's renovation was perceived as a step towards addressing this gap, potentially providing a much-needed venue for democratic participation. The delay of the renovation project, therefore, has been met with disappointment. It's like the rug has been pulled from under the community's feet. But it's important to remember that this is a pause, not a full stop. The community's needs have been heard and acknowledged, and they remain a crucial part of the conversation. So what's next? Well, the community's hopes for the historic school are still alive. They understand that projects of this magnitude require careful consideration and planning, especially when it comes to budgeting. They're hopeful that the Board of Supervisors will find a way to make the community center a reality without putting undue strain on the county's finances. The community waits in anticipation as the future of their historic landmark hangs in the balance. Today, we have followed the story of a historical building, its ambitious renovation project, and the impact on its community. We have journeyed back to the New Kent's 1930s historic school, a beacon of local heritage and a symbol of significant desegregation case of Greenberg County School Board of New Kent in 1968. The importance of historical buildings is undeniable. They are not just bricks and mortar, they are time capsules holding the stories of our past within their walls. As we explored in depth, renovating such buildings not only preserves these stories but can also breathe new life into them, making them relevant and beneficial to contemporary society. We also delved into the details of the renovation project for the New Kent's 1930s historic school. Ambitious plans were set in motion to transform this historic school into a thriving community center, complete with classrooms, a library, and a performing arts component. However, the project was put on hold due to financial constraints, with the county government borrowing $7 million for a project that was estimated to cost $13 million. This led us to explore potential alternatives, such as repurposing the space for county government needs or considering other locations for the community center, like Warani. The aim of these alternatives is to address the community's needs while minimizing the impact on taxpayers. Lastly, we examined the community impact. The eastern end of the county is in dire need of a community center, and the lack of a voting precinct in that area further emphasizes this need. The decision to halt the renovation project has implications beyond just the building itself. It affects the community, its access to resources, and its connection to its history. As we delve into the past and look towards the future, the story of New Kent's 1930s historic school serves as a reminder of the challenges and triumphs in preserving our historical landmarks.